Hello, it's Jimmy here at Overleet. I'm looking at a Citroen Relay van here. So I've already spent some time looking over this van. It's just here for a diagnostic really. Okay, so this van doesn't have any engine lights on at the moment, no faults there. So this is just going to be a talking video talking about what I'm looking at and how I've diagnosed this issue, and how dealerships are, main dealerships are known for upselling or selling you parts that you don't need. But what I'm seeing a lot of recently, and I've seen this exact issue more than 100 times. So I just thought, I've done the cleaning videos loads of time, why not talk about what I'm looking at here today, and why this customer has repeatedly asked for this van to be repaired, and it goes into the dealership and they say, well, we can't find an issue with it, and he's paying for the diagnostic. Every time it goes in, they're doing a diagnostic report and saying they can't find an issue, sending him back home. But every time he gets in the van to do a journey, what he's saying is it's saying DPF error or DPF cleaning, something or another coming up on his dash, and it keeps beeping at him, and it's happening on almost every journey he does. So he's like, something ain't right, can you please check it over? So I'm using the Launch UK Eurotab 3, and if we go to the fault codes here, we can see we've got a fuel level fault and a clutch pedal position sensor, which is not really too much to worry about. So the fuel level is low. Now what the issue with this is, I don't know if those fault codes were there or not when he went to the dealership, but they're saying that there's no fault that he can find, and it's clearly a DPF issue. So what I'm doing is going into the data stream, and even though there's no visible fault there logged on the system, I can go in and have a look at some of these items and see what we've got, what sort of issues we have here. So if you select all of these and we go through, let's have a look at here. Total weight of additive deposited in the filter is 76 grams, which is a bit high. That's the Eli's additive. And then if we come out of here, let's go to the exhaust line information 2. See, this one is a big highlight for me, because distance between the last 10 regenerations, 73 kilometers, which is not a lot. And then so it should not be doing a DPF regen that often. I've got a Land Rover Freelander, for instance, and that's doing a regen every sort of between 800 to 1,000 kilometers, if we compare that. Now once this reaches your 0, you will get an error saying the DPF needs to be replaced. But because that's not there, the dealership is saying that there's not a problem there and they can't replace the DPF because they don't think there's an issue with it. If we look here, this is where we've got another issue. Sorry, something wrong with the touchscreen, but 18 millibars of pressure. Now that's at idle, and that will not come down with a clean, because you can see there it's regenerating every 73 kilometers. The distance since the last regeneration was 0 kilometers. So I've just had it on a test drive and it's done a regen, and immediately after the regen's finished, we were sitting at sort of 19 millibars, 17 millibars of pressure. Now what that means is, on this guy's journey home, this van is going to do another regen, because the pressure is high, not quite high enough to chuck a fault to say that the DPF is completely blocked, but it's high enough to activate the van, to activate the regeneration process every time you go on a journey. Now what happens there is, the van is not registering that the DPF is basically at its end of life. It's very close to its end of life, so after the regen is finished, it's just not coming down to sort of 5 millibars where you'd like to see it. It's staying up around 17. So once you drive, say 20 miles, 30 miles, that pressure is going to go up from 20 to maybe 30 to 40 millibars. Then it will activate a regen again. So the DPF is either full of ash or it's slightly damaged. Unfortunately, it's like I said, it's at that level where it's damaged to a certain point, but not completely. Now you can either put up with it doing a regen every time you drive it, and it beeping saying it's don't switch the engine off, it's trying to do a regen. That is going to seriously affect your miles per gallon, and it's just really annoying. So really, this van needs a new DPF, and like I said, I'm seeing dealerships refuse to do anything with these vans, saying that they can't find an issue. Vauxhall Vivaros is another strong one. These Peugeot Boxers, Citroen Relays and the Vivaro are the two main vehicles that I see with this problem daily. I see these every day with the same issue. I can almost guarantee that I'll see one every day with the same issue that I'm looking at here. Again, you go back to the dealership, they'll plug it in, computer says no, there's no fault there, so we're not doing a repair. But the actual problem lies within the live data, like I'm showing here, and this is where you can see that it is regenerating too often. There should be they haven't really got a set threshold where, you know, if a vehicle is regenerating if it's less than 200 kilometers, then the DPF. I would say if your vehicle is regenerating less than 200 miles, whatever that would be in kilometers, if it's less than 200 miles, you need a new DPF. If your average DPF regeneration is between there. So obviously, like I said, this is just an information video showing you some of the data that I'm looking at on here and why there's no fault code here, but I'm saying that this needs a new DPF. This is why I'm saying it needs a new DPF, and I'm pretty sure that anyone who knows how a DPF works would pretty much agree with what I'm saying. So we're going to come out of the live data now. Unfortunately, I don't have a DPF here to fit for it, but if I could fit a new DPF and show you these numbers afterwards, then we would see a big difference in the DPF regeneration distances. So that's it really, we're all finished on this one, and I'll see you on our next video.